Now, the next big thing that happens to help bring this kind of ideological and diplomatic interests in the American Revolution together is the Battle of Saratoga. And the Battle of Saratoga is so very important because it shows that the Americans can win this war and they are capable of having a military victory. The battles of Saratoga happened up north. General Burgoyne had to surrender. And everyone is thrilled and ecstatic because a huge part of the British Army is now going to become prisoners of war and cannot fight in North America any longer. And because America won this large victory, aha, they can stand on their own. And immediately France is interested in helping out the Americans. And I'm going to show you a picture just to show how these two diplomatic and ideological things come together. And this is a wonderful picture of the surrender at Saratoga, and it's all in French, but essentially it says, on the 17th of October, 1777, the General Burgoyne, with 6,040 soldiers who were well disciplined, put down their weapons before the American militia, which had just been raised from their farms and were conducted by Horatio Gates. And this is a bit of an exaggeration because the Americans who fought in the battles of Saratoga hadn't just come from their farms about 5 minutes ago. But it does present a beautiful picture, and the paragraphs beneath it are also in French. But they extol the Americans because they are so patriotic. Even though they are only farmers, they fight even better than the British, who are very disciplined, but who have no love of country, and therefore they cannot hope to but fight poorly against these wonderful patriotic Americans. And this side right here, where you can see kind of a man kind of bending to hand over a sword, that's the English side. And you can see the flags are kind of lowered. You can see a man with his hand on his forehead saying, "Oh no, I have lost this battle." And you can see all of these guns in the background behind them. And this kind of shows the British Army and all of its disciplined, warlike best, and they've lost. Whereas on the other side, you see kind of a funny image. You see Gates accepting the sword. He's taller than the man who's handing it over to him. And you see these very large men they look like Pope hats. They look like Pope mitre hats. And it's just a bit of an exaggeration of a hunting hat that you actually would see on an American. But they're large, they're almost fat, and it's supposed to show how hardy the Americans are, because they're very hardy against these weak, under-exercised Englishmen. They're hardy, they are farmers, they know the land, they are very capable, and you can see their flags are flying high in the breezes, and they are the great winners of this battle. And this army, you can tell this big, happy, hardy army with its flags flying, this is going to win. And this kind of image analysis might be fun to do with your students, because obviously this isn't how the Battle of Saratoga happened. It's an image to present how the French would like to think it happened. But it had a huge effect in France, both ideologically and diplomatically. So in February of 1778, the French signed two treaties. They signed the Treaty of Amity and Commerce, which essentially says we are friends with America and we will trade with America. And they also signed the Treaty of Alliance, which essentially says we, France, are on the side of America. We want to see America become independent from Britain. And of course, immediately after that, France declares war on England. And the Americans are thrilled because now they are going to get even more money from France, which they've really needed so far. And they're going to get more troops. They're going to get French expertise, because remember, the French are very good at warfare. And they handle sieges and things very well, which is going to be important. And so everyone is very happy about this.